certainly nice to see everybody, and had a wonderful opportunity to meet with many of you this evening. I hope you all got to pet the scorpion.
Interested in computer science.
I enjoy mathematics a lot.
I want to be a physician, get an MD degree.
One thing led to another, and mechanical engineering eventually fit the path that I wanted to take with my passion.
I love science and math, but I think I'm going to major in chemistry. I really like science, actually. I guess I'm one of the science nerds at school.
Ever since I entered into high school and I got into my high school STEM programs that they offered, I just fallen in love with it.
When you're passionate about something, you put your all into it. It becomes essentially a part of your very being. And that's what we're trying to develop in these young people.
STEM is where students thrive. It's where they can get in and they can figure things out and they can produce and just make amazing things happen.
Once we get them engaged, once we get them motivated to really pursue science, math, technology, engineering, we're going to see the end product of that. We're going to have very motivated and engaged employees that come in. They're going to be highly innovative and creative and really take what we do to the next level and find efficiencies where we really would never have looked to begin with. So
STEM is really what's moved us, in my opinion, forward in the centuries, and mankind really. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
STEM is the core of everything else we do. Without, I guess, science, technology, engineering, and math, we can't do most of the things we do. And of course, English and all are important as well, but science is what we live our lives in, so it's important to understand it.
We really don't have enough scientists and engineers to be doing all the jobs in Florida and abroad. So there's a high demand for students, so we need to recruit and retain students.
Both our president and our governor has put a primary emphasis on increasing the number of students from our schools interested in the STEM areas, pursuing STEM majors in college, and then ultimately pursuing STEM careers.
I think it's very much an emerging field. I think that it is the face of America tomorrow, and I think we have an obligation in education to respond to that and be able to produce those students who can enter those fields.
STEM's going to be a huge part of creating our future. I mean, it's the basis of how we interact with our world. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, it's fundamental. And there's going to be a huge demand, and there always will be a huge demand, so it's important that we start the next generation going into that direction.
So how is STEM going to change our world tomorrow? And I can tell you that you're the only ones that can answer that question. It's going to be your generation. It's going to be you performing work and providing services. So I have just one final question for you. And that question is this: are you in? If you're in and willing to get in the arena, you're the kind of people who need to be in the STEM industry. You're the kind of people we want in our company. Thank you.
Exciting research and amazing discoveries were happening right here in our backyard, and we needed Florida's talent like you to be leading the way. So we redesigned the Sunshine State Scholars Program, and that is what you're going to experience over the next 24 hours.
This year, we have over half of our Florida college system institutions here, and we have a number of universities here, as well as private institutions, right here in one room to offer everything that the students want to know and provide them information, and it's a good recruiting tool for our institutions to grab up our best and brightest.
The presentations that these people really knowledgeable in their field, they allow you to ask questions, you can gain so much knowledge, learn from the people that you want to learn from. They give you the opportunity and the freedom to go talk to who you want. It's not a set schedule. You can look at different universities. They got all kinds of cool little gadgets, robotics that you can look at and just learn from.
It's been amazing. I've seen colleges that I've never even heard of that all of a sudden they're on my list of places where I really want to go.
When I speak to business leaders, when I speak to university presidents, deans, there's a common theme that's permeating through the discussions, and that's a strong workforce for Florida.
And certainly when you think about technologies, you think about Silicon Valley and what's happened there, but reality is that what we're seeing throughout the country is that technology is not all being born out of Silicon Valley. We're seeing it all over the country, and there's no reason Florida can't be a leader in that regard.
We don't necessarily need to chase after a name and say, oh, we're going to this school or something like that, but rather focus and say, this school allows me to research in the Keys. And I mean, Florida is rich in science in itself, so we don't really need to leave.
So when we go to school, right, the point is not just to be a student. You're all really good students. But Florida and the world's problems need more than students. They need innovators, and they need exceptional people who are going to take on the challenges around them. And so you're not just students who go to a university and you get your degree. You're there to change the landscape. And you can't say that to everyone, but definitely with this group, you should be able to change and impact your university on like the global level.
I'm not so sure what's going to happen in 10, 20 years, but those new jobs that are needed out there are heavily relying on STEM. And basically, if it's your passion to pursue an area in STEM, science, engineering, technology, or math, you're well positioned to engage in that next future 10, 20-year career that lays ahead of you.